Hello kids, my apologies on the lateness of this video. Been a hard week. So, obviously I should have made this video back on Friday the 13th, or actually should have been made on Friday the 14th. It is now Friday the 18th and I'm making this video. So Friday the 13th was opening night at Nightmare on 13th. And on the 12th, I was in the stupid cast directors and everybody making me work parking on Friday the 13th. I was lucky to be doing parking. By the end of the night, I was doing my flashlight swinging thing, getting cars in there, getting them in there. I was doing this all night. I wasn't doing anything else. I was just telling cars to come in. It was busy. So busy. The busyness, you just can't comprehend how busy it was. It was record breaking. I've heard stories of um, 5,000 units being sold that night. They stayed open late. They didn't close right at 12. Just trying to keep everybody going, flowing through. It was a busy night for an opening weekend. Let me let me tell you, my opening weekend, the first year I was with Nightmare on 13th. I played the Psycho Hillbilly character, and I had a lot of stuff that they wanted me to do as this character, and I wasn't really fulfilling it well, but it's okay. This character was a hard character to play, and they ended up adding another character farther down the road, or further up in the house to kind of set up that next character because it just wasn't working the way they had it planned. Um, but I'm sitting there playing this character, and I had a lot of downtime in between customers. I was having conversations with my security guard that day, talking back and forth about various things in character. I think I was trying to stay in character. He really didn't seem to. It was a slow night. It was opening night. It was a slow night. It wasn't like this. There were so many people at the gate. So many people at the gate. They had to probably walk through, and things hadn't been tested according to plan. I guess actors were getting sick. It was really hot in there. The more bodies you have, like usually it doesn't get that crowded except into mid-October, and the more bodies you have going through that place, it gets hotter and hotter and hotter. And it was just so hot, and a lot of actors were wearing silicone masks. That's become the new thing now is silicone masks. They have a lot this year, and those things just trap heat. They don't breathe. They just trap heat. They're heavy and they're uncomfortable, and you just sweat profusely in them. And I guess they were losing actors. Were like, just I'm losing it. I'm losing it. They were not prepared for what happened. It was crazy, crazy. So I was very grateful to actually be working parking. It would have been too much, I'm telling you. There was a lot of tears and sadness going on that night. Just like it felt like, what have we done? Type thing. Um, and I came home and I had a hard time sleeping because this arm was just so sore, just so sore. I wasn't used to it. I had to developed a huge blister right here. It's gone now. It's calloused. It's key. It's tough. The second night wasn't nearly as busy, but it still was pretty busy. And I was in Chainsaw, and I got candy bar. I got a candy bar for it. Me and the other guy doing Chainsaw, Dallas is his name. We did an excellent job. Got some excellent scares. There's a new dynamic to the way Chainsaw is. It's the last room of the house now. Um, and it's working out pretty well. I think it's a really good dynamic. Um, there used to be an emergency exit in the nightmare or in the chainsaw room. There isn't now because it's changed location in the house, and so without that emergency exit there, the guy working chainsaw doesn't have to protect that exit so that patrons don't go in the wrong door. They go where they're supposed to go, and it's just excellent. You can just go in and do it. You just do it. You can move amongst people as long as you're careful and you don't whack anyone with a chainsaw. It's all cool. And so yeah, it's a lot of fun. You can get really aggressive in there and just really just go at it. And so that's what happened. And me and Dallas, we got the candy bar for it. Those of you who don't know, who aren't into haunted house, like at our haunted house, you get a candy bar for being room of the night. Um, I used to work at Frightmares. You get, they had room of the night for each haunted house at Frightmares. That you'd get like some sort of other present, but I just call it getting the candy bar. I even said that at other haunted houses. This guy deserves the candy bar. It's more than just getting a piece of candy. It's the honor and privilege and prestige for doing a good job that night. You're being recognized for doing what you were supposed to do to the utmost extent of your ability, or as they perceive your ability to be. Um, so a lot of fun I had on. I did a lot of dancing on the 13th. A lot of dancing while also waiting for cars because it's what I do. It's what I do. And then a lot of chainsaw. It was great. Worked out really well. The new mask is very uncomfortable for chainsaw. It's terrible. They did drill holes into it, into like nose holes, which doesn't make it that much better, but at least you can breathe a little bit better, and you still sweat a lot. Sweating so much in that room. Still so very, and they've got a ventilation fan in there that I guess is sucking up air or letting out air or something. So, but it still is uncomfortable. It gets really hot. But when you're doing chainsaw, you don't even care. We didn't even have gloves. Typically in chainsaw we're supposed to wear gloves. I got another blister right here from working the trigger too much because you just to scare people. You let the chainsaw talk for you, and that's what I was doing, and I got a boo boo from it. But towards the end of the night, we got our gloves on to protect our hands, but it was already too late. I already had the blister, and now it's going away. So that was opening weekend. I think it was a very, very successful endeavor. For an opening weekend, it really went superb. Couldn't have gone any better, I think, for anyone involved. And okay, except for the actors that were passing out, unfortunately. So they're now making it like if you're wearing a silicone mask, you have mandatory breaks, and they're gonna, I guess, bring in someone. Ooh, I just had a terrible thought. That's probably gonna be me. I act on Friday. What if I'm the guy that has to go into each room and give people breaks? And then I'll be sweated all over. Terrible. Oh well. Those are the breaks. That's showbiz. That's showbiz, kids. That's how it works. So I shall hopefully report back to you folks after this weekend. Hopefully, nothing crazy is going on. Hey, check this out. Isn't that gross? End communication.